This presentation is about the FDA's slow reaction to recall a dangerous drug. When the FDA is slow to react to the dangers of prescription drug side effects, the FDA takes the lives of American citizens into its own lethargic hands. The following is a case study of the drug Darvocet and how the FDA's failure to recall it within a timely manner cost the lives of at least 2,000 people. This presentation will include a brief history of the FDA, a profile of the drug Darvocet, and a comparison of the responses of the FDA and UK to the deaths caused by this drug. The FDA is the oldest consumer protection agency in the United States. The FDA began as an agency that's primary purpose was to carry out chemical analysis of agricultural products. Later, with the passage of the 1906 Pure Food and Drugs Act, the FDA became associated with protecting Americans from impure medications as well as contaminated food sources. By the early 1980s, the FDA had created the safest and most advanced pharmaceutical system in the world. To understand why this statement may be considered a gross overestimation, we'll need to examine the steps involved in the drug approval process. The first step in the drug approval process involves the testing of the new drug. The FDA does not participate directly in this step. The company that seeks to sell the drug does the testing. The second step, after the initial testing, is a review of the private company's test data. The third and final step involves conducting limited research into the areas of drug quality, safety, and effectiveness standards. These steps seem to leave some gaps in consumer protection. First off, allowing the company to test their proposed drug without performing duplicate controlled tests seems reckless. If the private company decided to perform their test in a way that gave them a specific desired outcome, how would the FDA know? As it appears on their website, the FDA only reviews the company's data and proposed labeling, not the test that provided such data. Another issue that seems inappropriate for thorough drug safety regulation would be the limited research the FDA performs on drug quality and safety. This use of the word limited on their website is not explained, but the word should never be used when discussing the terms drug quality and safety. The research involved in the testing of Darvocet was in fact limited, however. Actual publications of the quality control standards used by the FDA for this product are not available. Only the resulting patient deaths over the last 50 years can lead us to this conclusion. The FDA does have a myriad of drug information about Darvocet readily available to the public, however. According to the FDA, the drug Darvocet is a mild pain reliever and is also known to reduce fevers. Darvocet has many side effects in addition to its primary uses. These side effects are nausea, vomiting, constipation, lightheadedness, dizziness, and drowsiness. Other more serious side effects include mental mood changes, severe stomach pain, difficulty urinating, fast irregular heartbeat, fainting, seizure, shallow breathing, and difficulty waking up. And as you can see here, the list is quite extensive compared to the benefits. This list gives us a total of 2 benefits and 14 side effects of Darvocet. Any person that looked at this list could easily see that the harmful effects of Darvocet outweigh its beneficial properties. Why then did the FDA approve its use at all? Were these side effects so uncommon that the drug's mild pain relieving ability was too useful to discontinue it? The answer to this question is most definitely no. The drug has had no shortage of negative publicity throughout the years. In 1978, for example, consumer groups reported that it was linked with suicide. In response, the drug company and FDA defended the drug, saying that it was only a problem when the drug was mixed with alcohol. The mild opioid managed to cling to life as the court sided with the FDA's decision that mild pain relief was more important than preventing suicide. Again, in 2005, the drug came under fire. The UK Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency claimed that taking 10 pills in a 24-hour period could lead to slowing of the respiratory system, abnormal heart rhythms, and cardiac arrest. This same year, the UK initialized a ban of the painkiller and required all manufacturers to voluntarily recall the drug. In response to this ban, the public citizen petitioned the FDA to follow suit in 2006. The FDA responded to this petition 3 years later, in 2009, with a 14-12 vote to ban the drug. The statement made by the director of the FDA during the ban, quote, The drug puts patient at risk of abnormal or even fatal heart rhythm abnormalities. This altered our risk assessment," end quote, does not justify the negligence of this long overdue ban. After all, abnormal heart rhythm was a known side effect of the drug over 50 years ago. If the FDA would have followed its own procedure for approving drugs and truly evaluated the drug for safety, this ban would never have needed to occur. The drug would have never been approved in the first place. Since it was approved, the FDA still could have evaluated its safety in a much more reasonable time frame. Taking 5 years later after another national agency invokes a ban on a drug is the definition of pure apathy. This apathy has cost the lives of several U.S. citizens. In the words of Sidney Wolfe, the director of Public Citizen, quote, "Due to FDA negligence, at least 1,000 to 2,000 or more people in the U.S. have died from using pramoxifene since the time the UK ban was announced." End quote. To summarize, Darvocet is a mild opiate with a myriad of side effects, the most devastating which is in fact death. The FDA ignored this side effect for as long as possible, instead of acting as the watchdog it claims to be. The actions of the FDA make it small wonder that, as of writing of this presentation, drug-related deaths outnumber traffic fatalities.